Good day, everyone. Today, we will be discussing the conceptual framework of arts education. Since we are done with the K-12 basic education curriculum, now we will proceed to the conceptual framework of arts education. Both the music and the arts curricula focus on the learner as recipient of the knowledge, skills, and values necessary for artistic expression and cultural literacy. The design of the curricula is student-centered, based on spiral progression of processes, concepts, and skills, and grounded in performance-based learning. Thus, the learner is empowered, through active involvement and participation, to actively correlate music and art to the development of his or her own cultural identity and the expansion of his or her vision of the world. As music and arts are performance-based disciplines, effectively learning occurs through active experience, participation, and performance, creative expression, aesthetic, valuation, critical response, and interpretation. The skills that performing, like singing, using musical instruments, movement, acting, and playing, using different art materials, techniques and processes, responding, composing, and creating. So the learning area of standards in K-12 music and arts is that the learner demonstrate an understanding of basic concepts and processes in music and art through appreciate, analysis and performance for his or her self-development, celebration of his or her Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and expansion of his or her world vision through music and arts. So the content, kindergarten, exposure to the different music and art processes, like experimental learning. And then grade 1, introduction to the fundamental processes. Grade 2, enhanced understanding of fundamental processes. Grade 3, preliminary acquisition of basic knowledge and skills. Grade 4, formal introduction to elements or processes. Grade 5, exploration, elements and processes. Grade 6, application for appropriate mastery and acquisition of skill. Grade 7, application. There's the Philippine folk music and arts. This time, there's an application for the content, like performing and any other stuff. And then grade 8, application also, like Asian music and arts. Grade 9, application, Western music and arts. Grade 10, application of contemporary music and arts. Grade 11, application of proficiency in the chosen form of genre. Then grade 12, mastery of proficiency in the chosen form of genre. So as you can observe in this, the content became spiral from basic to complex, from learning the basic to learning on how to perform, on how to apply your learning from music and arts in real life. Basic references in K-12 art. So arts, elements, and principles, and there are arts processes. So the color, as you can process this in art, it is seeing or observing, line, reading, imitating, like recreating after you read. Next is texture, responding, rhythm, creating the original works, balance, performing different art processes, repetition, contrast, or evaluating, applying transparency, analyzing critically after applying what you evaluate. Next is proportion, applying the transparency, and then the last one is harmony.
So, as we know that we are under the spiral progression in which the concept used in education and cognitive development that suggests learning and understanding are not linear but rather spiral in nature. It means that as learners revisit and explore a topic or concept multiple times, they deepen their understanding and expand their knowledge each time they encounter it. So now, we have here the grade level standards in K-12 music and art. In grade 1, the learner demonstrates basic understanding of the fundamental processes in music and art through performing, creating, listening, observing, and responding. In grade 2, the learner demonstrates basic and fundamental processes in music and art through performing, creating, listening, and observing, and responding. In grade 3, the learner has acquired the basic and fundamental processes through performing, creating, listening, and observing towards the development of appreciation of music and art and the acquisition of basic knowledge and skills. In grade 4, through the formal introduction of elements, the learner can identify basic knowledge and skills in music and art towards self-development, the celebration of Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and the expansion of one's world vision. In grade 5, through exploration, the learner demonstrates a deeper understanding of basic knowledge and skills in music and art towards self-development, the celebration of Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and the expansion of one's world vision. In grade 6, through application, the learner demonstrates understanding of the basic concepts of and processes in music and art towards self-development. In grade 7, the learner demonstrates basic understanding of the fundamental processes in music and the arts through performing, creating, listening, and observing and responding towards appreciation of the cultural richness of the different provinces in the Philippines. In grade 8, the learner demonstrates understanding of salient features of Asian music and the arts through appreciation, analysis, and performance for self-development, the celebration of Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and the expansion of one's world vision. In grade 9, the learner demonstrates understanding of salient features of Western music and arts from different historical periods through appreciation, analysis, and performance for self-development, the celebration of Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and the expansion of one's world vision. In grade 10, the learner demonstrates understanding of salient features of contemporary music and the arts through appreciation, analysis, and performance for self-development, the celebration of Filipino cultural identity and diversity, and the expansion of one's world vision. As we observe, the grade level standards has been recognized accordingly from simple to complex. Next, we have the approaches, strategies, and the suggested activities by which skills development may encounter. First, we have the approaches, strategies of direct instruction, and those suggested activities is demonstration, lessons, project-based learning. And the skills development is proficiency, self-direction, productivity, accountability, adaptability. Next, we have the guided practice. The suggested activities is collaborative activity and project making. And then the skills development is self-direction, accountability, and adaptability. Next, we have interactive learning. The suggested activities that a teacher can have to provide is cooperative learning or group work. And then the skills development is artistic expression, demonstrates responsible behavior, active participation, and effective communication skills. Next, we have thematic instruction. The suggested activities is role play, problem solving, song or poem analysis. Then the skills development is interactive communication, collaboration and interpersonal skills, create and critical thinking. Next, we have computer assisted instruction, or what we call the KAI. The suggested activities is research, project-based activity, and internet. Then the skills development is technical skills, creativity, independence, computer skills, and curiosity. Now that we are done with the grade level standards, let's move forward to assessment techniques in K-12 music and art. Assessment techniques in teaching music and arts use familiar tools to determine learners' initial knowledge, understanding, and skills, and to monitor their progress on a given task. First, we have performance based. This allows to demonstrate in their own ability in performing a task. So, the performance in music and art refers to the presentation or execution of creative works before an audience. It can take many forms, including music performance, theater and drama, dance, visual arts, performance poetry, and etc. So, the performance in these disciplines is not only about technical skill but also about conveying emotion, creativity, and interpretation to engage and connect with the audience. It can be a powerful and expressive medium for artists to communicate their ideas and feelings. Next, we have project presentation strategy. Learners' output is assessed on how they accomplish a task using a variety of sources and may be delivered orally or written using multimedia technologies followed with performance critiquing. So, creating an effective project presentation strategy is essential to communicate your ideas, goals, and results clearly to your audience. Next, we have self-assessment. Learners reflect on their progress towards the achievement or output. This could be a basis for improving their learning. Rubrics and checklists could be used. Self-assessment is a valuable process for evaluating your skills, strengths, weaknesses, and personal growth. It can help you gain self-awareness and make informed decisions about your personal and professional development. Next, we have journal writing. Journal is a written record of learners' thoughts, experiences, and observations on the specific lesson. This improves the learner's writing skills. Journal writing is a personal practice that involves regularly recording your thoughts, feelings, experiences, and observations in a journal or diary. It can be a valuable tool for self-reflection, personal growth, and many more.